All right, everybody, I'm back. Another episode of Smacking Rocks with Ryan. This, of course, was the preform we made in the last video. Got a couple other preforms here that I've got made up. Probably do something like a Simpson or a Swanee out of this one. And then probably a big Noonan out of this guy. It's got a big concrete area right here. This is no good. But if that has to stay fat, I guess it does. I'm going to still take a couple more shots to try to get that off, but we'll see. It's getting thin. This guy's really nice on this side, nice blue. It's nice and thin so far, but a couple little fingernails right here that are just not what I want. So I'll try to finish this off and take some of those off in the process. Turn this into something yet to be named. I'm not sure. Maybe it'll be a matching one to this. And again, we'll finish this one today. So figure we'll work on this, and then the next video I'll just go ahead and finish all three of these. So all right, well, I say that like it's going to happen quickly, but I will attempt to finish them in one video. So pretty thin. We just have to thin a little more on the tip end here, and then have to thin some of the base, but I want to flatten this off anyways because I was going for a Hernando, and I'd love to keep a little bit of this color, maybe in this side, keep some in there, but right now it's bowing out towards the back, kind of like towards this side. So, and we want that base thinner if we're going to have to notch it. Might end up being a little thicker notches than a Hernando. We'll see, but I'm going to do some final thinning on this, and then we'll go from there. While I get bit up by mosquitoes, I'm not sure where they came from, but they're out. So you'll see me clap a couple here and there. Okay, first thing is this base. Need to go ahead and take care of that, and then we'll thin the tip just a little bit. Go ahead and go for the tip first, I think. Took a nice little thinning flake across there. Now we'll do one right beside it. Okay, got that nice and thin there. Is exactly what we were looking for. All right, now I've got another spot right here, just right on down the line. It's a little thicker. We're going to go ahead and take that out right now. Got it, looking good. One more right down the line, and it's already nice and roughed up. And we already had a release flake there, so this ought to come off pretty nice. There we go. All right. A nice little series of flakes there. On this side, this is kind of the high spot, so I wouldn't mind shaving that down just a little. That went, but it didn't go as far as I would like. I'm gonna try right behind it. That one worked. There we go. Flatten that area out nice. Take one more right here. Nice, flatten that out. All right, the turkeys approve. flake just the rest of that, but got that nice and thin. One more little piece here. Which I would pressure flake it, but you know, sometimes you don't get that. There we go. You don't get the straight across flake with a pressure flake. It'll kind of dip down and then you're left with a bulbous area. That worked good. Tip's way thinner now. It was like thin enough. So let's work on down the piece. The next big chunker is right here. Gonna rough it up a little bit. I don't want to bring the edge up too high. And I think I can hit one off of this side from here first. So I'll go ahead and do this. Perfect. And then we'll go ahead and go this way. Now that dug into this crystal pocket a little bit, which I didn't really want to do, but it didn't flake through it. So I'm going to try to catch up with that from this side a little bit later. We'll see. Actually, it isn't bad. It just opened up the crystal pocket more. Come at it from just a little above it. See if I can knock it off. Kind of did. It undercut it a little bit, got in there way thinner, but didn't do what I wanted. I wanted it to just come off, and it kind of went in and took off a little more of the top, but it didn't clear that whole section. So at this point, it is what it is. I'm gonna just keep thinning. Thickening this edge up a little bit. I went all the way across, almost took the top off of that, but it didn't. So we're going to try one more from here. Might get lucky. Sounded good. Yep. All the way across, and it took off that nasty crystal pocket. So cool. Got it really thin doing that. Take another flake up here near the top. There we go. Not to be that quiet, sorry, it's getting really thin, and I'm just attempting to work some of this stuff off. It's looking good though. Let me take a couple more here later, but it's looking good. cleaned up that little mess. All right, let's go for the base. Keep working our way there. Now the base, let's see. This is the part we really want to get off. So we're going to bring it this way just a little more. Tap off some of this cortex. All right. Now I'm going to start from one side and start kind of tapping this off. Let's see how this goes. Support this whole side in my finger here while I hit near the base. And honestly, I should probably just use my indirect percussion stick because the base can be a lot easier to just work around with this sometimes. So let's see here. Get into it, take a little bite right there. Took it off the back side. Now I'm going to send one this way. It's just not quite far enough to that side. There we go. I want with that. I'm going to try this again like this. There we go. What I'm trying to do is not hit directly into it, just hit it at an angle a little bit. And then we can go side to side to clean up anything else we need. But I already got the major hump off there, which is good. Still some meat right here and right here. Go ahead and take a couple more hits. I don't like to do this, but there we go. Sometimes you got to hit into it. Still just need to bring this in. All right, we're getting there. Nice and thin. I'm going to bring it up a little on this side and hit flakes off of here, and we should be good. good for back here. We can straighten the rest of this up in a minute. Let's go ahead and rough this up. I hit right here on this platform and just drive a nice flake off of there. Go ahead and prep this other side while we're at it, so I can just go ahead and do that too. All right, here we go. Up into here, that was pretty good. Do this one, hopefully reach that side too. It did, but it just didn't go quite as flat as I wanted. We're getting thin, not quite where I want to be though. Cleaning up a couple of these little deltas. Getting there. More little hits here on the base. Just thinning it out. we go. Nice. Alright, I know it doesn't look like we did a whole lot, but we actually got this thing a lot thinner. Still gonna refine this a little more. Crystal pocket kind of dove out on the side right there, which just means another pass. Yay. Okay, that's looking a lot better. This side it just looks like I need to take some small flakes off of here. All right, this is our preform. It's pretty dang thin. Got a prettier side and an uglier side, but that's how it goes. Let's see what we can do here with the pressure flaker. I swear it takes me longer to refine these things because I've been bifacing so much. All right. I hope that didn't bore anybody to death, but we're getting there. We're making progress. I think first things first, just straighten some stuff up. Probably couldn't throw my safety glasses on for this because this is usually where something's gonna pop back up in my face. Just move around here a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Just have this general shape right now, but it's not where it needs to be. And I'm not trying to push in and pressure flake a big forceful flake into the interior of the piece. I'm just trying to, we've got a really flat edge right now, so I'm just kind of beveling it one way. Not even beveling it, we're flaking. But the point is, we're driving down. We're not driving in and then popping down. We can do that later if we're trying to really refine and get some thinning on certain areas of this. Like on this side. See, now this side's looking pretty straight. Just need to do the same thing to this little ugly sucker. Mosquito attack, mosquito attack. All right, we're getting much more refined. And the deal is we thinned it, right? So we're not real worried about, oh my gosh, this place is a little thicker than that. We can come through at the end and we can take care of any places that we feel like that. Just knock them out. A lot more in here still. Careful near the tip. Basically just don't let the tip hit anything. A lot of times that's how you break it, is you force down and the tip just touches something and pops off, which we don't want. We thin that a little more right there. This edge kind of is going to have to come off a little bit, so well, that's a good looking piece so far. This side kind of needs to come up. Just a couple little bites. it's looking a whole lot better. This edge still needs a little work, and we need to just get that tip to its final destination, but it's looking good, 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 good. Actually gonna we're gonna hit this with the indirect percussion stick real quick. We're just gonna thin off this little piece right here. Just tucking this in my waistband. And I'm gonna give it a smack with this medium to large size bopper. Okay, that worked great. Almost overshot flake, but it really thinned that piece out, and that's what we're looking for. And we got one more right here. So let's go ahead and do that too. Probably still sitting where it needs to be, but we're gonna do this just in case. Again, what are we gonna do? Aim straight across. We're not trying to go into the piece. Followed that perfectly. Nice and flat. And do one more right here behind it. And this is it. Didn't even remove that much, but it made it out to the middle. All right. Cleaned up the ugly side a lot. All right, just looking at the next step here. go, preform. Lot thinner than it was, still not like, I don't know, not deadly thin. Probably half of it is. The back half I could go a little thinner if I just drew it in more, but I like it. I think it looks good right now. I'm gonna go ahead and put some notches in this base, which I will do in just a moment. I gotta take a leak. Right, everybody. Welcome back. It is the following morning. I was gonna come out and finish this again last night, and life got in the way, like happens so often. But no complaints there. This is our preform from yesterday. Really nice polyps in there. Looking pretty clean on both sides. Little crystal pockets here, but flakes are clean through. Looking good. Pretty symmetrical. Might do a little final finishing up on that, but gonna go ahead and notch this baby right now. Again, going for a Hernando style point. So I will stick a picture of that off my poster in this video so you can see what we're going for. I kind of just for symmetry, I just kind of drew a couple notches on there with a pencil just so I have a starting point. And just gonna go right into it. Kind of don't have to have a very deep notch, but we're looking for kind of like a little circular, semi-narrow notch. Let's see here. Get the pad back on. Figure out how to do it. Again, this thing's all broke. I've got two more brand new ones. I think I got this from Richard White, but some reason you can see how much pressure flaking I've done on this one. Almost looks like a little design, but it fits my hand perfect. It only fell apart because I was bad and I left this thing outside in the Florida humidity for a long time. But I've poked through the leather. I just stick another piece under here and this baby works fine for me. I have the other two brand new ones. I look at them all the time and I said, one day I'll break them out, but I'm still liking this one. So, okay, gonna go ahead and just gonna, okay, look at it. First thing, of course, I'm gonna abrade a little here where we want this. Now, and then I'm gonna take a couple little tiny notches on the side of this and then we'll go into it. Take a little bite out of this. All right. Fractured up into there a little, but that's what we wanted. We wanted to take enough of a bite to be able to get a notch in there. And we're going to do the same thing on this opposite side. Exactly going in where I want it. Let's see here. I may have abraded it a little too much on the base there, because now it does not want to take a bite, and it's kind of a flat, little flat area. So I don't want to, there we go, I don't want to like blow it up. All right, got that up into here and got that up into there. And I'll go ahead and I'll try to shoot some flakes afterwards and clean up these little hangnails there. But we got in where we wanted, so that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and push down and just kind of take out some of the extra material up here from both sides, and then we're gonna flip it. We're gonna work in this way. All right, looking pretty good. We'll go for this side first. Just pecking the edge away a little because I don't want it to catch and take off a big hunk in the opposite, like, I don't want it to take this off, basically, so. All right, took a nice bite. You can kind of see we got our notch going here. I'm gonna do the same thing with this other side. Rough it up just a little bit, and I'll go ahead and take that notch. All right, you can see our little notches here going in. We're not going in that much deeper, but we're going to go in a little deeper, and then we'll straighten this baby up. This one just a little wider here. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and take her in one more. And that actually grabbed a little bit of my base, so it wasn't perfect there, but that's fine. We'll straighten this up. Go ahead and go for this other side. All right, that notch went in good. So what are we gonna do to alleviate this? We're just gonna bring things up just a little bit. We're talking a millimeter. I don't think that's the end of the world. All right. Do this. Do this. Oh, this is looking nice. taking little nicks out of here so we don't do anything too big. I'm just using a horseshoe nail. There we go, looks nice. We're getting our notches in there. Still not quite where I want it to be, but we're getting there. All right. And I'm gonna go in one more notch on this. That looks pretty good, but I think maybe just one more little notch on this on each side, and we'll be where we want to be. Just trying to widen up this one on this side a little bit. All right. Looking pretty darn good. Just want this side to be. There. Can hear my goats going nuts as my girlfriend is feeding them some snacks. You can hear her trying to quiet them in the background. It's pretty funny. Now the turkeys are going to add in. All right, all right. Here we go. We got our notches in there. Okay, nice little Hernando. I like the way it looks. I'm gonna mess with the notches a little bit more, just to kind of want to round the ends out a little bit. I'm gonna do it from this side. All right. Hold it up and you see light through the notches. You can really tell if you're where you want to be. houses are looking pretty darn good. Pretty darn symmetrical. There we go. There we go. Okay. I opened them up just a little bit more, but it made it a lot, I think, a lot more symmetrical piece. Yeah, that looks good from both sides, so cool. All right, now I'm just gonna straighten up these edges a little bit. I'm gonna move back to my other flaker and be about ready to call it a day. Let me sharpen this thing up. And just take a second. I've not been using this for like pressure flaking work. It's kind of just been a dull edge, big flake remover. You can use an itchy stick for a lot of different stuff, but just need a little bit of an edge here to grip some of these tinier pieces. Now, I could be pounding this with my hammer, but really don't want to narrow it out. It's already pretty hard, so it's going to be a lot grippier already. Squared off a lot better. It's not a little, what do you say? It's not like a fine point, like a pencil or anything like that, but sharp enough it will grip. And now, where is the point? I was hoping I could maybe pick those off, but now I'm thinking maybe not. So I'm going to go ahead and take a pressure flake in from here. Got a little bit of width right there I can work with. We'll just see what we get. Make sure we're not going to hit our notches. That released nice, but it released ahead of where we were trying to get off. Went right behind it and went all the way out, took that right off. Nice. Do the same thing here real quick. Got a little bit of meat right there. Got it. All right. Here it's kind of bulbous that I want to pop off. It's just not gripping. We're almost there. This is like one of the last little things I want to pop off. All right, let's see here. Okay. Pretty apparent this needs to come down. Just finishing the tip off, guys, and we're done. Oh yeah, I think, that looks good. Give this one just a little bit. Oh, that was it. All right. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll go take some pictures and video in front of the lamp. That's the finished piece. Took a little longer than expected, but man, came out pretty good. Nice, deadly, great polyps. It's kind of shaded under the oak tree right now, but I'll pull this thing out in the sun and we'll take a look at it. We were able to keep the tiniest little bit of blue on the edge there, and there's kind of a blue stripe here. But, oh, I can see the sun trying to light it up right now. So I might straighten up a little more, because sometimes when I look at this thing for a day, then my eyes adjust and say, hey, that looks a little weird, but not too shabby. All right, Hernando, thanks for joining me. Let me go get some videos of this backlit. A little bit better view of these polyps in the sunlight. Really strong through the piece. You can see little crystal pockets on the side. Kind of throughout there, but ooh, it was a nice waxy coral. All right, you can definitely see the polyps so good. I don't know if you can see them, but I can see them. Fairly translucent in front of a bright light. Very sharp.